Alrighty guys, we are back once again playing some survivor mode on ZombieU. As I was just walking y'all through in the previous video of walking y'all through on how to do some of the cool stuff, just giving y'all some of the rundown. But we're gonna actually get into it right now. Right into it. Boom! There we are, right back into it. To take a quick sip of water so my voice doesn't get dry and my throat doesn't hurt. Oh, feels so much better. So surviving. In video games, surviving is a pretty big part. I mean, you have your rogue-like games. It's what all the cool kids are calling them, like Don't Starve and everything like that. It's pretty funny. So a question I want to ask is, why do we find surviving in video games so fun? Why do we kind of crave that? Why do we want to have a food meter of why I should of like say, hey, oh, I need to go and drink some water before I continue, or oh, I need to pack some food before I go on this adventure. You know, why do we like that so much? It's something I've always been curious about. But in games like Fallout, I mean, I love it. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll play hardcore mode all day. But yeah, and I just find it funny. So as human beings, our biggest thing is, you know, what's the easiest way to live? How do we survive the easiest? You know, how can we make life more accessible? So you look at technology, and it's really trying to make our lives easier to live, easier to survive in. So now, instead of getting lost, you know, we have GPS, we have Google Maps, we got MapQuest, you know, all that kind of stuff. We have fast food, so if we're in a hurry, we can still eat. You know, when you look at it, when you look at things like that, it's like, wow, technology, the human race in general, we're all about trying to find quick, easy ways to live, easy ways to survive, and just make surviving more accessible. Because that's something, heck, our ancestors have been fighting for since the beginning of time. And whether you're a believer, you know, you believe in that we do in fact have a creator, or you believe that we came from an explosion. When you look at it, life has been all about surviving. I mean, look at it, survival of the fittest. Oh gosh, is he alive? Nope, he is definitely gone. Not gonna lie, that kind of creeps me out a little bit. That guy, that's how you, yeah, there we go. That's how you do not survive, is you just take your own life. So sad. It's just what the world is here. Poor old London. But yeah, so the accessibility of surviving. So our ancestors once again have been doing it for ages. You know, that's why we exist today. That's why games like ZombieU exist, and that's why I'm here talking to y'all. It's because our ancestors successfully lived out their purpose, which is to survive. You look at any species, and surviving is really what it's all about. You know. So to get on a little bit more touchy subject. Oh yeah, also this is a loading screen. It just tells you where you're going to from there, just to show you a little cinematic to pass the time by. It's kind of cool. I like it. So a little bit more touchy subject. So once again, whether you believe or whether you not believe, we can all agree that in order to survive, in order to grow, in order to multiply. I will hold on one second. This is awesome right here. I hate to interject, but check this out. So best survivors of the day in survival mode. It'll tell you everybody their highest score, how long they've survived and everything like that, and that's all represented by how high the score is. So Fraggy C, I'm coming for you. I am coming for your score, son. Alright, so anyways, so we can all agree that in order to survive, you have to multiply. And in the Bible, it does talk about God continually telling his people, like Abraham eventually becoming Israel, telling them that they will be fruitful, they will multiply. and they will be as numerous as grains of sand, and just depending on what translation you have. But basically, that there will be lots and lots and lots of multiplying. So
Use your pad to scan that
so
door,
you
and I'll
will,
hack it
so
open
you
for
know,
you.
humanity will continue to exist. Sorry, it's hard. I forgot. There's still a couple more things to
get
do
that for
on
you.
here. So you can
I've got
hack
the
stuff,
place
hack
down for
doors,
your
and everything
safety.
like that. You have to remote
Okay,
hack.
you're free to come and go now.
So it's kind of cool. You know, it's a cool little hacking option. Um, so yeah. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? There's zombies. Where are you, zombie? Oh, we're about to go on the streets, everybody. Okay, so yeah, so the way you survive is by multiplying. And by multiplying, there has to be a seed, and there has to be something to receive the seed.
Scan every CCTV junction box you locate so I can hack it and bring those
granted,
cameras back online.
a lot of people are dead in this, so that's probably why not too many people are multiplying. but just talking in general terms, based upon, once again, a pretty touchy subject of something that was just passed here in America. Whether you're here or whether you're in the UK. Oh, those zombie noises. Is that yes, you need something to give a seed and something to receive the seed. So, two seeds can't multiply, nor can two receivers multiply. So you need one or the other. Without one, basically, you won't be able to survive. A civilization will die. Survival of the fittest. Am I right? So there you go. So the thing that was passed that I'm referring to, if it's not clear yet, is the same-sex marriage. And it kind of pains me because when you look at it, I mean, if that was really the natural way that things were supposed to go, then why do we exist today? How would we be as numerous, the human race? How would it be as numerous if it was something that was naturally supposed to happen? If it was naturally supposed to be what marriage is, or what a union of two beings was supposed to be. So since we're on the zombie. So speaking in survivability, since we are playing a game where the key is to survive, in order for a species to survive, receiver and a giver. So so to me, that it kind of seems like we're contradicting ourselves. We want to survive. We're making all this stuff so much easier and more accessible to survive. But in reality, we just passed something which is promoting a lifestyle that not only causes spiritual death by sinning, by not living in accordance to the natural order in which God created, but also in death by the fact that the same sex just straight up they can't multiply. There has to be either a female or there has to be a male in that relationship in order to survive, in order to continue that line.
No way in, bugger.
Oh, bugger!
Right,
no way in.
Working, and then we can make a plan.
So that's just an interesting topic that I kind of wanted to bring up, and I thought it fit nicely with ZombieU, since we're talking about surviving here. But yeah, I just find it contradicting, and I would love for y'all to sound off in the comments if y'all have anything else. But I guess speaking from a biblical standpoint, which is the way that I see things and the way that I have seen to be the truth, just based on previous experiences and just the way that I've transformed, is that when God created man, he gave him companions. This is right out of Genesis, very first book in the Bible. Gave him to what was supposed to be just something to keep him company, because Adam was lonely. I mean, granted, he was with God, in direct connection with God. Oh, look, a cat. But he didn't have anybody that I guess was on the same level as he was, as being human, as being just man. Man, not really being, oh, the sex man, but just man isn't what the creation was. It was man. It was mankind at first. Um, so he made woman, and the way that he made woman was that he took a rib from Adam in order to be the source material, and as you and something I'd like to bring up
Now
is
they
that
could come
he
in handy.
doesn't
Bright
he
lights as
doesn't
this
get
track
a
would
bone
be
from the
with.
foot, like the calcaneus bone, nor does he get a nor does he get a bone from the head. So woman is not higher nor lower than man. He is she is directly equal, which is why. Oh yeah, I still need to go here and get this card. Sorry, I'm getting carried away talking. Which is why he grabbed from the rib. That's why God used the rib as the original source material for women, because they're equal. Um, and so it goes along to talk about after sin enters into the world. Oh, I don't like that noise one bit. That's a scary noise. Um. Uh-oh. Huh. Communication has occurred. Oh well, that's fine by me. At least we can still play. That was kind of scary. So, crud cakes, Nintendo. You made me forget what I was trying to say. Um. Uh, well, let's see what we need. Maybe I'll remember. Okay, gotta hack it. We hacked it.
Excellent. Your
So
smart map's
now
been
the map is
updated.
available to us. Once we
Without
hack
a good
items like
map,
that, we
you're a
can
goner out
look at
there.
the map, see where everybody is. So that's cool. Um, yeah. So later, once sin is entered into the world, there we go, everybody. I remembered. Once sin enters into the world, everything changes. Death occurs. So death becomes a thing once sin enters into the world. It's all in Genesis. You should really read it, even if you don't believe, because it's just some really incredible stuff. It's really cool stuff, and I believe it to be the truth. So
There's a manhole nearby that's your
pretty
quickest way back
much
to the safe house.
once
Have a
death
gander.
enters into the world, I mean,
Sometimes retreat is your best option.
there's a fear of not being able to exist. I mean, when you really think about it, since death entered into the world, how will they
Good
be able
work,
to
soldier.
sustain their species? That's just ever so new. I mean, there's only two of them. So, um, God teaches man and woman, and just pretty much turns it into their instinct that that's kind of how reproduction occurs, is based upon that the realization that death is now a real thing due to sin. And so how will they sustain the species? How will God sustain his people he has created? And the way he does that is by giving the gift of reproduction between man and wife. Wife being the woman, and husband being the male. Male being the seed, and female being and woman being the receiver. Thus reproduction occurs. Thus you can sustain the species. So it just makes sense to me. Um, So yeah. So anyways, that's my little spiel, and guys, I'd love to hear what y'all have to say about that, and if you agree, if you disagree, sound off in the comments. I really want to hear this. I'd love to, and I come at this from love. I'm not trying to be condemning or convicting, or I mean, it's good to be convicted, but I don't want to come off as condemning. I'm just it was just a topic that I thought was too perfect not to share, especially since this game is all about surviving, and there's so few people in this game that are living, and not dirty old zombies. So anyways, guys, yeah, y'all sound off in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, and I will be back for some more zombie surviving goodness. All right, enjoy, everybody.